Well, hi Virgos, welcome to Quickie Tarot. It's time for a weekly reading. So I have shuffled these cards really good. And if you feel compelled, please like and subscribe. Otherwise, let's just get started. Let's ask the universe, what can Virgos expect? What is coming up in Virgos' lives? Please, universe. What do they need? What do they need to know? Let's see what we have here. Ooh, spiritual lesson. Please give me more cards for this reading for Virgos, please. What else do they need to know? Wow, I see a lot of good stuff, really. Wow. All right, let's get these cards out here. There's some really fantastic stuff here. Really high energy reading here. So we have all the cards we need unless there's something I really have to clarify. Can you see them all? I think you can. Okay. So Virgos, wow. Okay, the overall energy of this reading is the Judgment card. Spiritual lesson. You've either learned one or you're in the middle of one. And this surrounds the whole reading. Now, it could be someone else that is in the middle of one that affects your life. But this spiritual lesson, this will happen over and over and over until you or them finally get it. Well, it's right in the center of this reading, so it surrounds it. So let's read on. Let's find out why it's here. Up here in your highest energy, Virgo, this is you. Queen of Pentacles, male or female. Looking at that pentacle there, looking at the security, the groundedness, the stability, or an offer. Okay? It's right next to the Chariot card, moving forward. So whatever this is, I think it's an offer about groundedness, security, and stability. It may have come from a Cancer person. You might have Cancer in your chart. There could be Cancer in someone's chart around this reading. But more importantly, it's about moving forward. And it's about moving forward at a very fast pace. So you're taking a really hard look at this offer. That's a big pentacle there. That's a big offer. It's right next to the High Priestess. These are all in your highest energy. The High Priestess is the card of knowing, card of intuition. So what you're doing here is you're going to go with your intuition. You're going to use your gut. And you are going to move forward with this offer because your gut is telling you that this is a good offer. Under the Queen of Pentacles, we have the King of Wands. This is possible fire energy, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. But more importantly, male or female, this is about that staff of new beginnings. So this offer includes a new beginning. You are moving forward, but I don't think you're moving forward alone. I think you're moving forward with someone else. And this new staff, the staff of new beginnings, it sits right next to the Judgment card. So I think it feels to me like a spiritual lesson has got behind you or them. Okay, I do believe this spiritual lesson has gotten behind. Oh, I don't know. There could be a couple of people who have gone through this spiritual lesson. I'll make up my mind as I go along here on who had this spiritual lesson. But the gift of having the spiritual lesson is a new beginning here with you. This spiritual lesson, it's right under the Chariot. And it includes moving forward. It's like you're being presented a gift. It's like, voila, the lesson is learned. You following your intuition. You're using what you already know and have learned along the way in order to make your decision to move forward. And the magician is here to say, now look what you get. Now look. So I feel like it's your spiritual lesson. I feel like you have gone through something because of the magician. Because the magician's here like, this is what you've earned. This is what you've worked so hard for. That's why things have been so difficult, because spiritual lessons are very difficult to go through in most cases. So I think you did it. And I think your reward is something very good coming in, a very nice offer that you're going to decide to move forward with. I think it's because you learned your spiritual lesson, that you've learned to use your instincts, to use your guts in order to make your decision about this offer. We have the Page of Cups under the King of Wands, that new beginning. So it's presented as a small offer, might be from a Pisces, might be in your chart or around this reading someplace. Um, but this little offer, this little tiny offer, uh, oh, it could be anything like a phone number. It could be, can I help you with something? Can I, I can do that for you, or just anything like that. This tiny little offer here, which could come from a Pisces person, or a fire, or Cancer. So far, it could be anybody, really, no matter how this reading turns out. But the Page of Cups is right next to the Ace of Cups, and that's telling me, see that cup that the page is offering here? That offer, there's an offer here. It's turning into the Ace of Cups. So you may have already received this little bitty offer, but love is developing, and this is big love. That's what's turning into that big old offer that's coming up here, or has already been presented to you. This Ace of Cups is right under the Judgment card. This is what you've earned uh, from your spiritual lesson. It's allowing this huge cup of love to come in. You manifested it by learning your spiritual lesson. Right next to the Ace of Cups is the Ace of Wands. Wow. So, the Ace of Wands, there's that new beginning. There's that new beginning. There's that wand here. Possible fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, coming in with that wand in that little offer here. And that wand is going to grow. This is a beautiful new beginning, and it is full of passion. And we have love. Look at that. Look what's happening. You manifested this. It's right under the Magician. Here, look at the Magician just pointing at, look what you did. Look what you accomplished. It's coming. So then we have the Nine of Cups over here. And the Nine of Cups, this, in this reading, this is really a wish come true. I think that you've been blocking a whole lot of love behind you. There's 9 cups of love sitting on the shelf. So you shelved your love for, quite some time while you went through this lesson. But you're very happy that you did. This is a wish come true because you're going to be able to hand that love out now. It's sitting next to the King of Cups. Like I said, you've been hanging on to that love for quite some time. And then we have the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Swords is rushing in, and they're saying, I'm not hanging on to that love anymore. I'm ready to hand it out. Awesome. Could be water sign involved. We do have Cancer up here, and we do have a possible Pisces. The King of Cups is a possible water, male or female, which would be Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. So you're ready to stop hanging on to that cup of love, excuse me, and hand it out. So then we have this Four of Swords. And you've reached out to the universe. You've done a lot of meditating. You spent a lot of time alone, like I say. Hanging on to those cups of love that you have. It's very spiritual. You've meditated, you've rested, you spent time alone asking for and seeking advice from the universe. You've reached deep, deep within you. This is also a card of knowing. You have the infinity symbol here. You have three cards of knowing, three cards of manifesting, using your own intuition, your own gut and guidance. You have the High Priestess, you have the Magician, and you have the Strength card. That's amazing, all in this one reading. So what this tells me is you had to reach deep. You had to go deep. That's what part of this meditation was all about. In order to pull up and find the things that you need to improve your life, in order to get the things you want from life. It's right next to the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles, this is that offer. Here's that offer that you're looking at. Look at that being handed to you. This reading is really focused on that pentacle. It's really focused on security, stability, and this offer that brings in all this security and stability. And I also want to point out that you have the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles, all in this reading, because you've learned your spiritual lesson. You've made all this happen. You've manifested all of this. And it's never easy, but you did it. You used your inner strength and you did it. You manifested it. We have the Queen of Wands here. This is, this relationship that's coming in, this little tiny, little offer that turns out to be all this, which you would never know right at first, but this is what's in that cup. I mean, a lot of times this is a tainted cup of love because there's a fish poking its head out. But what this card is telling me today, there's a lot more in that cup than what you know. Okay? Not that it's tainted, it is just bursting with everything. So we have this Magician, we have this spiritual lesson. You've manifested all these aces, the security, the stability, groundedness, the love, the passion, the new beginnings. You've got this tons of love back and forth. Everything's being handed to you. Up here we have the Queen of Wands. I have to point this out. This is a twin flame relationship coming in. And so the person who makes the offer, whether they're fire sign or not, um, they are your twin flame, because the Queen of Wands is up here in your highest energy too. And you also are holding that staff of new beginnings. You're on the same page with this person. You want the same things out of life. You made this happen. Male or female, all these cards. There's reason to celebrate. You're soulmates. You're not only soulmates, you are twin flames. You've known each other from previous lives. You've found each other because you've healed, because you've had this awesome, well, they're very hard to get through, but you got through this spiritual lesson, and it allows all this beautiful energy to come forth. And you're going to recognize it and you're going to go for it. So, wow, Virgos, that was your reading. Thank you so much for watching Lucky Tarot.